Hi, hello, good morning. Today is September 19, 2024, Thursday. This is Professor Ruben P. Parungao Jr., a retired professor from the University of Perpetual Help, System Dalda, Las Piñas. I am here to continue my sharing to you about the life of Rizal, his works, especially now in Chapter 7, El Filibusterismo, or otherwise known as the Reign of Greed. El Filibusterismo was published on July 5, 1891, at Ghent, Germany. I tell you now about the summary of the novel. This second novel is a sequel or a continuation of Noli Me Tangere on different setting and theme, described more as revolutionary, tragic, less idealism, less romance, but with humor. This second novel is dedicated to the three martyrs known as Gumbursa, or Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora. They were executed by the Spanish authority on February 17, 1872, via guillotine or strangulation by the neck. They were falsely charged to have been involved in the Cavite Mutiny of 1872, but in reality, they were just seeking representation of the Filipino priests to serve as regular priests in their respective parishes, and this is known as the secularization movement. The theme of this second novel, El Filibusterismo, is as follows. The hero of this second novel is known as Simon. He is described as a wealthy jeweler who uses wealth to gain influence to Malacanang under the Spanish rule. He uses wealth to corrupt the said Spanish officials and promoted corruption in the government in order to lower the morale of the people so that eventually the Filipinos will run against the authority of the Spanish rule. But this intention was revealed at such time when he was about to die. Because of his influence to Malacanang, Simon is known as the Brown Cardinal or Black Eminence. He came from Europe and returned to the Philippines for two purposes. Number one, to save Maria Clara, his sweetheart, from nunnery. And number two, to foment a revolution against the Spanish authority. Setting. The story begins on board a steamer named Tabo, which looks clumsy, dirty, and disarranged. It travels to and from Manila to Laguna via the Pasig River. The passengers on board said Tabo were the herein characters of the second novel. Number one, Simon. He is the hero of this novel, known as the rich jeweler. Doña Victorina de los Reyes de Espedaña, a Filipina trying to be a Spanish peninsulares, speaking Spanish in high tone and so badly. And number three, you have Paulita Gomez. She is the niece of Doña Victorina and sweetheart of Isagani, but she was engaged to marry Juanito Pelaez, a classmate of Isagani. Paulita junked Isagani because of his liberal ideas. It was in this wedding celebration that the plan of Simon to start the revolution against the Spanish authority was discovered when the lump that contains an explosive known as nitroglycerin, meant as a gift for Paulita by Simon, but it was thrown by Isagani into the river to save the life of his sweetheart Paulita. Number 4, you have the character known as Basilio. Basilio is a continuation of the son of Caesar in Noli Me Tangere, but here Basilio is a friend of Simon, who is the only one who knew the plan of Simon to cause a revolution, but out of compassion of Basilio to Isagani, Basilio told Isagani to get out near the place where the wedding was to be officiated. And according to Basilio, he said to Isagani, there will be an explosion. Hurriedly, Isagani rushed inside, got the lamp, and threw it into the river, where it exploded. Number 6, you have Padre Sibylla. Is a name also mentioned in Noli Me Tangere, but here is referred to as the Vice Rector of the University of Santo Tomas, or UST. Number 7, you have Padre Camora. He is the parish priest of the town of Tiani. Number 8, Don Custodio, a Filipino but pro-Spanish holding a position in the government. Number 9, Padre Salvi, a name also mentioned in Noli Me Tangere referred to as the secret lover of Maria Clara, but described in the second novel as the cura of San Diego, now referred to as Calamba. Padre Irene, a kind Spanish friar who was a friend of the Filipino students. Number 11, Padre Florentino, is a retired scholarly patriotic Filipino priest who gave refuge, prayers, and consoled Simon at the time of his death by the sea, and he threw into the river the treasure chest of Simon. Isagani, the lover of Paulita, who threw the beautiful lamp that contained the explosive meant as a wedding gift by Simon to Paulita in order to save the life of Paulita. And lastly, you have Capitan Tiago, mentioned lightly as the one who supported Basilio in taking up medicine. Basilio is said to be now a good doctor. Capitan Tiago is known as the father of Maria Clara, but in truth, the biological father of Maria Clara is the villain in this story, known as Padre Damaso. We now talk about the plot of El Filibusterismo. The plot means the story itself. Simon, as we said, is the hero of the second novel, described as a rich jeweler and a close friend and confidante of the Spanish Governor General. He is known as the Brown Cardinal or Black Eminence. Being a sequel or continuation of Noli Me Tangere, Simon is the continuation of Crisostomo Ibarra of Noli Me Tangere, both referred to as Rizal. Simon uses wealth to gain influence to Malacanang and encourage corruption in the government of Spain, and promoted oppression of the masses that resulted to the breakdown of morality and loyalty of the people to the Spanish government. Hence, an imminent uprising could happen, which is the real motive of our hero to foster a revolution. Simon smuggled firearms from China with the help of a rich Chinese merchant by the name of Quiroga. He liked very much to become a Chinese consul in Manila. The first uprising of Simon did not come true when he came to know of the death of Maria Clara in the nunnery, because he did not give the sign for the start of the revolution. After long silence, due to illness, Simon resumed his plan to overthrow the Spanish rule in the Philippines by giving a wedding gift described as a beautiful lamp that contains an explosive known as nitroglycerin. He gave this to Paulita, about to engage to, about to marry Juanito Pelaez, a rival of Isagani to Paulita's heart. But again, this plan did not materialize. When after Basilio told Isagani was standing by the side of the house where the wedding celebration would be held, to get out, that there would be a big explosion. Instead of getting away, Isagani forced his way in, grabbed the lamp from Paulita, and threw it into the river where it exploded. Otherwise, many people, many guests, officials would have been killed. Because of this incident, the Spanish authority came to know that Simon was behind the said explosion and immediately pursued Simon to arrest him. But Simon was able to escape, but mortally wounded. He came to the place of Father Florentino to seek help and refuge. The Spanish authority, led by a certain Lieutenant Perez of the Guardia Civil, scheduled to arrest Simon at the place of Father Florentino and giving the time 8 o'clock in the evening. But Simon was able to elude the arrest by drinking poison. At the verge of his death and while in the hands of Father Florentino, Simon revealed and confessed his real identity, that he is not really pro-Spaniards, but rather a filibustero, or one that foment a revolution. The confession was long and painful. He used his wealth to promote corruption and oppression of the masses, to cause moral degradation and loss of loyalty to Spain by the Filipinos. Father Florentino prayed for Simon and said that God knows his sufferings and frustration, and this happened because Simon is just a fallible being. Seeing Simon about to die, Father Florentino knelt before him, prayed, and took the treasure chest of Simon and threw it away into the sea that was eaten up by the waves. This is the end of El Filibusterismo. Thank you very much for listening and watching. God bless us all.